Secundaria segundo grado. Inglés.
Why don't we? Evaluation.
Curso de inglés, primer nivel. Lección 89. Temas. Hoy repasaremos algunas estructuras conocidas como Why don't we? Why don't you? Let's go.
Someplace, somewhere, there is a man. A simple man. Working, teaching, searching, loving. But there are times and there are places. This man is the protagonist of danger, emotion, mystery, and action. He always lives an adventure. His name is Dizzy Deep. Friends. Como ustedes recordarán, Mark encontró el mapa de la pirámide de las joyas, pero tuvo que esconderlo nuevamente. Esta vez lo puso en un libro, pero alguien lo tomó. Mark tuvo que recuperarlo para esconderlo una vez más. En esta ocasión, en un jarrón de Sally. ¿Lo descubrirá Dizzy? ¿Logrará Mark robar el mapa?
Come on, Mark. Why don't we take a walk? You're very nervous.
Please, Dizzy, I want to stay at home. Why don't you go alone?
No. We are going to walk a few blocks. Now go change your clothes. I can wait here. Come on.
Really? Okay.
Oh, no, not this.
This is ridiculous. I must get that map now.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. Ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ra-ba-ba-bum ba-bum 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 bum ba-bum bum ba-ba-bee ba-bum ba-dum bum bee-bee-bee-bee la-da-dee-dee-dee la-da-dee-dee-dee la-da-dee-da.
I need a knife.
I think I need some more water. Hey, Mark. Are you ready?
Yes, I was trying to cut some fruit.
Oh, no. Why don't we take a walk? You can eat later. Come on.
Well, let's take a walk.
Sure. It's a beautiful day.
I'm gonna wash the dirt right out of these clothes. Oh, I'm such a good housewife, I can't believe it. I just love to wash. I'm gonna wash the dirt right out of these clothes. I'm gonna wash the dirt right out of these clothes. This whole house is dirty. Well, first I'll clean the house, and then I'll wash the clothes.
Mark, walk a little faster. Come on.
Sorry, Dizzy. I think I'll go home.
Look out.
Come on, let's move. Why don't you do your work? Why don't we make a cake?
Why don't you clean your room? Why don't we read a book?
Come on, Mark. Why don't we take a walk? Why don't we take a walk?
Why don't we take? Why don't we?
Oh, Dizzy, come on, please. I really want to stay home. Why don't you go alone? Why don't you go alone?
Why don't you go? Why don't you?
Change your clothes and let's walk a few blocks. I'll wait for you. Let's walk a few blocks.
Let's walk. Let's walk.
Let's go to the jungle. Let's walk in the park. Let's go to the house and have fun tonight. Let's go to the park. Let's climb a mountain. Let's swim in the river. Come on, let's go out this time.
Oh, please, not again. Wait. Where is it? Where? I can't believe it. I have to find it. This is coming soon. I can't get it out. I can't do it. But how? Great. Where do I put this? Here.
Brian, is that you? What's the matter?
This is great. Now I have the map. I can go to the pyramid and steal those precious stones. Just one. Yes. The map is complete now. I have to hurry.
Now I have to clean the living room. Oh, what is that? My vase! Brian! Oh! Mark!
Yeah?
What are you doing?
Sally, I have to go. Please tell Dizzy that I can't wait for him.
Oh, Mark, this is silly. Now sit down.
No.
You can't go like this.
I can't wait. I have to go.
But Dizzy will be right here. Now you sit down. You cannot go without saying goodbye to Dizzy. Would you like some orange juice?
Yes.
We can
Okay.
have great pictures. We just have to find some other objects to make us look like real adventurers.
Hi! Good morning there.
Brian, my vase.
Vase? What vase?
It's broken.
I don't break things.
Oh, I'll talk to you later.
Come on, Brian, let's go outside.
Mr. Griffin, we are taking pictures and we want to look like real adventurers. So, why don't you give us your bag for a minute?
No!
What?
Look out!
Let's have some orange juice, okay?
Let's have some orange juice. Let's have.
Let's eat, everybody eat. Let's eat. Let's eat all the apples. Let's eat all the fruit. Let's eat all the meat. I'm sure you feel good. Let's clean, everybody clean. Let's clean. Let's clean all the cars. Let's clean all the streets. Let's clean all the jars. I'm sure you feel good.
Okay, why don't you put the bag under your arm? Why don't you put the bag under your arm?
Why don't you put the bag under your arm? Why don't you?
No. Why don't you take the rope? Why don't you take the rope?
Why don't you take the rope? Why don't you?
Oh, Mark, why don't you stay with us a few more days? Why don't you stay with us a few more days?
Why don't you stay? Why don't you?
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 Why don't you ride the horse? Why don't you feed the animals? Why don't you clean the stable and walk in the fields? Why don't you help your mom? Why don't you do good things for your friends and family?
No, Ryan, please, Mr. Griffin, we'll take some pictures.
Oh, Ryan, I have to go.
Mark, they won't take very long. And besides, we're waiting for Dizzy.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin. You're so nice. Let's go, Kevin. Bye.
Don't open their bag, Ryan. You can't open their bag.
Good. Take it.
Well,
Well, why don't you put the bag under your arm?
like this?
Yeah, that's good. Here. Great. Woo, fantastic. Now, why don't you take one of me?
Yeah.
Like this?
No. Why don't you take the whip?
The whip. Okay.
Yeah.
Like this?
I know. Why don't you put the bag on the floor and open it?
The bag on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Like this. No!
Don't open it.
You can take it. Sorry.
I don't know. He just said he was leaving.
I'm worried about Mark. He's acting very strange.
I have to go. Lizzie. I have to go. Thanks for everything.
Listen, Mark, why don't you stay with us a few more days? We can go camping. We can walk around the streets of Boston. Huh? Mark, you are very nervous. You need a rest.
Dizzy, I'm sorry, but I must go. I really appreciate everything you have done for me.
Mark, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Dizzy.
Okay. But Mark...
Goodbye.
Something is wrong with Mark. He is not like this.
No, not at all.
He left us his bag. He did it.
His bag.
I'm sorry, Dizzy, but I need the map. I need money. A lot of money.
I'm very worried about Mark, Sally. Why don't...
Help Dizzy. Ayuda a Dizzy. ¿Qué quiere decir? ¿Le va a proponer a Sally buscar a Mark?
Why don't we look for him?
To be continued.
Secundaria segundo grado. Inglés.
Why don't we? Evaluation.
Curso de inglés, primer nivel. Lección 90. Evaluación. Temas. Hoy repasaremos algunas estructuras conocidas como shall we? Why don't we? Why don't you? What about? Let's go. No, let's not.
Someplace, somewhere, there is a man. A simple man. Working, teaching, searching, loving. But there are times and there are places. This man is the protagonist of danger, emotion, mystery, and action. He always lives an adventure. His name is Dizzy D. Friends. Como ustedes recordarán, para hacerse del mapa, Mark rompió el jarrón. Después, guardó el mapa en su mochila y se fue. No sin antes pasar por algunos problemas. Mark podrá ahora robar las piedras preciosas de las pirámides. ¿Se dará cuenta Dizzy? ¿Podrá detenerlo? ¿O perderá a un amigo?
Why don't we look for him, Sally?
Why don't you just let him go, Dizzy?
Okay. I think I'll read something.
Good idea.
Sally! Sally!
What's the matter, Dizzy?
Sally, I can't find the map.
What map?
The map that was in the box. I can't find it. Do you have it?
What box? I don't know what you're talking about, Dizzy.
The map.
Why don't you go and ask Brian?
Brian.
Maybe he knows.
Okay. Yeah.
Becca.
Brian. Brian, do you have the map?
Map? What map? I don't have your map, Mr. Dean. I have your hat and your whip.
Are you sure, Brian?
Yes, of course I'm sure, Mr. Dean. Why, is something wrong, Mr. Dean?
Yes, something is very wrong. Yes. Does anyone remember seeing Mark in the library?
No,
Not
dear.
me.
No.
Oh, I think Mark has the map.
Well, why do you say that?
Our promise to keep the map is broken. Now I understand. First, he comes to the house. Then he insists on seeing the map. Then I show him the map, and he starts to act strangely. Yes, that's it. That's it. I've got to find Mark.
Dizzy, wait! Wait, dear.
Wait for us. Look out.
let's work, work. Wherever you want, let's work, work. With all our strength and heart. Come on, let's work, work. In the fields, in the factory, in the city. But work, wherever you want.
Why don't we go and look for him?
Why don't we go and look for him?
Why don't we go? Why don't we?
Oh dear, why don't you let him go? Why don't you let him go?
Why don't you let him go? Why don't you?
Well, yes. Why don't you ask Mike? He came in for a hat. Why don't you ask Mike?
Why don't you ask? Why don't you ask? Let's take a picture in the tent. Let's take a picture in the tent.
Let's take a picture. Let's.
Why don't we take a candle? Why don't we take a candle?
Why don't we take? Why don't we?
No, let's not. We don't need that. No, let's not.
No, let's not. Let's not.
What about a scissors? What about a scissor?
What about the scissors? What about?
Why don't we go out tonight? Why don't we dance all night? Why don't we go out tonight and have fun in the dark?
Please, Mr. Dean, can we go with you? We can help you find him. You know, the jungle is big.
All right. We're leaving in 5 minutes.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Dean.
I can't, Brian. I have to go to my sister's wedding.
Oh, that's it.
Well, Kevin, you want to help me?
Yeah.
Dizzy, you will be careful, won't you? I'm a little bit worried about Mark. He's very nervous. He was very nervous when he left here.
Don't worry.
I fixed you a nice lunch for you and
apple.
Brian. A couple of apples, a banana for each one of you.
Great.
I don't think there's too much to eat in the jungle.
No, it's fine. Anyway, I think we'll be fine in the jungle.
I'm an archaeologist. I can't steal from the pyramids. No, my profession, my friend Dizzy. But I need money. Here's one stone. I have to hurry.
Let's walk this way.
Mr. Dean, why don't I climb a tree? I can see him more easily.
Okay, that's a good idea. But be careful. And if you see him, don't shout.
Yeah. Mr. Dean, I can see him. He's walking that way.
Okay, you stay here. I must go after him.
But Mr. Dean, let me go with you. Why don't I go with you? Let me help.
All right, but keep quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, now pay attention. You follow Mark on the right, and I go straight ahead. Now, when you hear my voice, don't move. I want to talk to him.
Okay, Mr. Dean.
Mark? Mark, don't do it! Brian, come on, let's go.
Look out!
Shall we go with you? Shall we go with you?
Shall we go? Shall we? Shall we go?
Let's walk this way. Let's walk this way.
Let's walk. Let's walk.
Sir, why don't we climb a tree? Sir, why don't we climb a tree?
Why don't we? Why don't we?
Yes, let's climb a tree. Yes, let's climb a tree.
Let's climb. Let's climb.
Shall we go to the sea? Shall we go fishing today? Shall we walk in the sand and enjoy a beautiful time?
Yes, sir. Shall we climb to the top? Shall we climb to the top?
Shall we climb? Shall we?
But we want to help you. Why don't we go with you? Why don't we go with you?
Why don't we go? Why don't we?
Okay, let's go. But keep quiet. Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's run on the beach, let's ride a nice bike, let's play a nice game, and you will laugh all the time. Let's run on the beach, let's ride a nice bike, let's play a nice game, and you will laugh all the time.
Mark, stop. Let's talk. Get it, Brian.
Mr. Dean! Oh, Mr. Dean. Let me help you.
Mark, stop. Let's talk. Don't do this.
I'm sorry, DC, but I have to get one of those stones. Please, go.
Mark, be careful. Let me get there. It's getting dark. It's dangerous.
Let's go.
The map! Mark, don't move. I can throw this rock at the panther. When he moves, you run in the opposite direction. Ready? Run! Run!
The mob! The mob!
Mark, don't go down there. Mark, don't go down. Mark, be careful. Mark,
Help me!
hold on.
Help me!
Hold on, I'm coming. Don't let go. Come on. Okay. Are you all right?
Yes, DC. You saved my life once again.
Mark, you shouldn't steal the stones from the pyramids.
Yes, I shouldn't have done it, but...
But what?
But I need a lot of money.
Mark.
Yes, a lot of money. And I can't get it anywhere else.
Mark, why don't you ask me? I can help you.
No, it was too much. You couldn't do it.
Mark, we can do it together. Like the old times. I want to help you, Mark. You're my friend.
Yes, Lizzie. You are a very good friend. I'm sorry.
That's okay, Mark. Shall we go home now?
Yes. Shall we go home?
Found the map. Oh, well, you know, from now on, I think I should keep both parts of every map.
The end.